Good afternoon everybody and welcome to Friday the 26th of February's geography lesson, and we're going to carry on looking at the human and physical geographical features. And we looked at the coastal area. Can you remember what the coastal area means? What story did we look at that was based in a coastal area? Can you remember the Katie Morag story? And what was the island called that we looked at yesterday that the story was based on? And a coastal area is by the sea, so well done if you remember that. We're going to look at the physical and the human features that we saw. Quick recap. So in the physical features we saw cliffs and we saw rocks. Can you remember when Katie Morag said that it was rugged? It was a rugged island when she was describing those places. And the hills, because there was lots of countryside on the island, and it was by the sea because it is a coastal area. On the coast means by the sea. And the human features, there was a post office. What others can you remember? There wasn't very many human features because it was a very small island, wasn't it? There was a small post office. The pier, remember the pier where the boats and the harbour is at the pier. The school, the small primary school, and if you remember, the boys and girls who were older that needed to go to the secondary school needed to travel to the mainland every day. And the lighthouse were the human features. So today we're going to look at human and physical geographical features, but we're going to compare the ones from the island where Katie Morag lived to Normington. What does compare mean? What do you think compare means? It means we're going to look at the differences. We're going to see what's different and what's similar at those islands. But first I'm going to show you how far away the island of Coll is from Normington. And I'm going to use an internet application, an app on the internet called Google Earth. I don't know if you boys and girls have been on Google Earth before, but it lets you see any place in the world. Imagine that, just with one click on your computer. And it's called Google Earth, and it shows you what we call an aerial view. It's an aerial view because we're looking right from above down on over the countryside or the earth. And if you zoom right out of Google Earth, you will see the whole of the world. And if you zoom right into a place, you can zoom anywhere in the world on Google Earth. So I'm going to show you, it's on a small scale, because remember it's only on the computer, so it's a smaller scale than in real life. It wouldn't be that easy to zoom in and out of the earth, would it? But the Google Earth lets you see how far away places are from each other. Now I know that we're doing this on the video, on the YouTube videos, and if you're at home, maybe after this video, mums and dads, he might be able to help you. Go onto Google Earth. If you put it in the Google search, it will come on the Google search. But if you're in school, you might be able to, after you finish your work in school, might be able to use your laptops in school with the teachers to help you have a look at Google Earth as well. But I've already looked at the Google Earth, and I've taken a video and I've put it onto this video on videos, to show you how far away it is. So if you don't get a chance, hopefully you will see a little bit about how Google Earth works when I play this video. So there you are on the red pin. This is Normington. Can you see where there we are? Look in the search, and we're going to type in the island of Coll. So Normington is that little dot, and now I've searched it. It's going to take me all the way right up to Scotland, to the Isle of Coll. And can you see the red dot there? That's the island. That's the island of Coll, right up there. And it says the Isle of Scotland right there. So we know, and we looked, that it was in the Hebrides. Did you see how fast that went? It would take us a lot longer than that if we were in driving there or in an aeroplane going over the island, it would take us a little bit longer than that. Now I'm going to type in Normington again on this video, and it's going to take us back to Normington, so watch again. Oh, right up there you can see Scotland, all the way down the United Kingdom, back to Normington. And that's how fast it goes when we're using the Google Earth. But you can hopefully have a play around with that application when you've finished your work at the end of this session. So there we are. So do you think, before we have a look, think about the island of Coll, what we looked at yesterday, and think about the human and geographical features. Think about what the island of Coll is. It's an island. What kind of island was it? What kind of area did we say it was at the beginning of this lesson? Where is it? What's it beside? And what were the features? So have a think. Do you think Normington has the same physical and human geographical features as the island of Coll? Pause the video, have a little chat to mums and dads or boys and girls in your class, and have a little chat between you, and have a think about how you might answer that. Explain your answer. If you think it has the same features, tell me why it has the same features. If you think it's got different features, tell me why you think it's got different features. Just a 2-minute chat when you pause the video. How did you get on? What did you think? Did you think it had the same human and geographical features? Do you think it's got the same features as Normington? It might have had the same features, but it is a different place, because the island of Coll is a small coastal village, and Normington is a town. And can you remember our very first geography lesson this week when we looked at villages and towns and cities? Remember that a town is bigger than a village but smaller than a city. So Coll is a very small village. Normington is a town, so it is bigger, and it will have had lots more human features than the island of Coll, and not as many physical features as the island of Coll. Do we have rocks and cliffs and big hills and sea in Normington? We don't have those, do we? And even though some physical features, human features, were the same, like the post office and the school, we don't have the lighthouse or a pier, do we? So they are very different places. So well done if you remembered those. So here are some images of Normington, where you live. Do you recognise any of those streets? I can see the sign for Newlands just there. This is the road that school is on, and this is the town centre. So it's got a lot more buildings in the Isle of Coll. Can you see? It has a market and it has a big supermarket, and this is a street with bus stops and lots of roads. And I don't think the island of Coll had as many roads and as many shops and buildings. But Normington still has some lovely physical features, and we have a river, the River Calder, running close to Normington, and lots of farming fields are still around the town. So we do have some nice physical features close by. Now, for your first task, I would like you to think about the conversations you've just had together. I would like you to list 3 human or physical features that are the same, and I've just been talking about them, so if you were doing good listening, this will be very easy. I would like you to think of 3 that are the same and 3 that are different on the island of Coll in comparison to Normington. So what 3 things are the same in Normington that they have in the island of Coll, and what 3 things are different in Normington than the island of Coll? So that is your first task. Then your second task and your final task for our geography lessons this week is to design your own island. What 3 physical things, include 3 physical things on your island. Include 3 human things on your island. What kind of island will you live on? Describe your home. Can you write me some sentences? If you would like to write some sentences to describe your island. Where will you live? What type of island would it be? Would it be like Normington with lots of human features? Because you can have more than 3. You can have more than 3 physical features and more than 3 human features if you like. But I want at least 3 of each. But is your island going to be a coastal island? Is it going to have a city? Is it going to be a big island with a city on it and villages and towns around it? Where will you get food from? I missed my D off my food there. Sorry about that. Mrs. Hume's spelling's not very good. So where will you get your food from? Will you have a big supermarket, or will you have a small local shop, or will you have a fishing port where you can get fresh fish every day? Have a think about things like that. How will you travel around the island? Are you going to have lots of roads on your island, or will you be travelling by bike? How did Katie Morag travel around her island? Did they have a car? Was they a small country road, or was there a big motorway? Who else will live on your island? Is it just going to be for you and your mum and dad or brothers and sisters, or are you going to live there on your own? Is there any wildlife on your island? What about the animals that will live on your island? Is your island going to be similar to the island of Coll, or does it have similar features as Normington? You can have a think and design your own. Here are some ideas of how your island might look. Someone has designed a basketball island, and it has some small human features. It's got a hospital on there, because that's very important. It might have a school on there. Look at this one. This one's got a boat, a port, a harbour, a little pier there. Can you see in the red? And it's got lots of ice cream parlours on there. And this area is going to be a cold area. And here are some schools and some buildings and some human features and some geographical features on there. Can you see at the bottom of this image? There is a key. Now, I would love to see a key on your maps, and I would also like to see, like this in this corner, a compass or some indication of where north, south, east and west are on your map. So here we have north, south, east and west on your map, and we have a map key here with a little compass where you can do little images that are on your map. Small images. Can you see the big red cross where the hospital is? It doesn't say hospital there. I know it's a hospital because when I look at the map key, the little red cross there says hospital next to it. So you draw all your images on your map, and then to show me what each image means, you would write a key. So where this image here, this building, it's brown, it's got windows in, and the exact image, a little bit smaller, is in the corner there on the map key, and next to it, it says school. So I know that this building here on the island is the school island, is the school on the island. A little yellow envelope on there means the post office. So see if you can draw a key on as well as drawing your human and physical features on your island to show me where they are. So good luck with that, and I would love to see your pictures on Tapestry, and I will be looking forward to see your work if you are in school next week. So take care and have a lovely weekend. Bye.